Welcome to Movie Class by Pizza Flicks. Please stay tuned for today's program, but first, some tasty tidbits from your host. From Prince of Musicals to Hollywood tough guy, TV producer to movie director, let's take a look at the one and only Dick Powell. He began his showbiz career as a crooner, cutting sides for Vocalion, a division of Brunswick Records. In 1932, he caught the eye of a Warner Brothers talent scout, and off he went to Hollywood. Powell rose to fame in a series of musicals. The best of the bunch featured the lavish, innovative choreography of Busby Berkeley. He became one of the top box office stars of the 1930s, but found himself typecast as a musical romantic comedy lead. His pleas to be considered for more dramatic roles fell on deaf ears. At the dawn of the new decade, Powell left Warner Brothers for the more prestigious Paramount Pictures, but it was the same old song and dance. When he fought hard for the role of the slimy, skirt-chasing insurance salesman in Double Indemnity, the studio heads thought he was nuts. He was released from his contract, and his coveted part went to another musician-turned-actor, former good guy Fred MacMurray. Powell finally found a sympathetic ear in 1944 at RKO, where he was offered the lead in Raymond Chandler's Murder My Sweet. He slid so smoothly into the character's skin, it seemed he was born to play the hard-boiled private eye, Philip Marlowe. And his 10-year struggle to transform his image was complete. Offers poured in, and a new career was born. As the 1950s glided in, Powell stepped into the role of producer for the fledgling medium of television. He was a founding member of Four Star Productions, along with Charles Boyer, David Niven, and the First Lady of Pizza Flicks, Ida Lupino. Four Star Productions would grow to become an industry powerhouse, producing such shows as The Rifleman, Tracked Down, and Wanted Dead or Alive. In 1953, Powell shape-shifted again, this time into the director's chair. In split second, 2 escaped convicts take 6 hostages and hide out in Yucca Flat, a deserted ghost town scheduled for a nuclear test the following day. Ironically, Powell's next project as director was The Conqueror, the 1956 film co-starring John Wayne and Susan Hayward. It was shot only 130 miles from Yucca Flat, Nevada, the site of actual nuclear tests that occurred a year earlier. Of the 220 cast and crew members, an astonishing 91 contracted cancer. 46, including Wayne, Hayward, and Powell, died of the disease. The multi-talented artist left us on January 2nd, 1963, at the way too early age of 58. Dick Powell, gone but not forgotten. And now for our feature presentation. Dick Powell stars as Willie Dante, a former card shark turned nightclub operator with a not-so-secret casino tucked in a back room. The character was created by none other than Blake Edwards for Four Star Playhouse, the anthology series from Four Star Productions.
Whiskey, straight.
Yes, sir.
Is Willie Dante around?
No, not yet. Ought to be here any minute, though.
evening, Mary.
Good evening, Mr. Dante. Like the new outfit?
Oh, yes. Better keep moving, though, dear. You'll catch pneumonia.
I'm not worried.
I am.
You're lucky. Here he comes now. Well, Mr. Danny, gentleman here would like to speak to you.
Well, good evening.
We've met before.
Have we?
Maybe you don't remember. I came in one time with Vic Steele. I dropped a couple grand at your table.
What table?
Look, I'm a friend of Vic's. I came in with
Your
him.
name is Stanley Warren. You've been to my place a half a dozen times.
Yeah.
For dinner.
Well, certainly I've been in for dinner, but one time I came in with Vic.
No, you didn't.
I'm telling you, I came in with Vic Steele. I shot dice at your table. I dropped a couple of grand.
You got the wrong place, Mr. Warren.
I'm telling you, I came in
If
with...
you shot dice with Vic Steele, you did it someplace else. You see anything that looks like a table around here?
You've got a back room.
Maybe you like short dinner.
Maybe you don't know who I am.
Your father's the district attorney.
That's right.
He considers gambling illegal in this city.
Very. He'd close you up in 2 minutes if he knew about your back room.
Look, Mr. Warren, I told
Look,
you that.
Mr. Dante, I know you've got a back room. I know that certain select people gamble there. Okay, so I didn't come in with Vic Steele. I just used his name.
I promise not to mention it to Vic.
Well, I don't care who you mention it to. I came into your place tonight to shoot dice.
Well, maybe you can drum up a game in the kitchen. A couple of cooks are real sports.
Look, are you going to keep this up, or do I go home and tell Papa a bedtime story?
You're something. I don't like you.
Give me a little time. I grow on people.
Sort of warts.
Dante, you're going to take me to your back room. You're going to extend me all the courtesies you would to one of your favorite customers. You're going to let me shoot dice on your nice little green table. Or, so help me, I'll raise such a racket you'll be entertaining cops from 6 neighboring counties. I cross my heart.
All right, Mr. Warren. But I think we should understand each other right from the beginning.
Sure.
If I get in trouble with the district attorney's office because I let you in, you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to cry my eyes out. And I'm going to break your nose. Cross my heart.
Looking for a 9.
Well, this is it.
Well, I'll have to cash a check.
Come on.
9.
Hi, Dutch.
Hello, Willie. Tonight you lose.
Well, I'll grin and bear it. Barney, this is Mr. Stanley Warren. Cash his check for him, will you?
Any limit?
How's your bank account?
Oh, I'll start with 500.
Make it out to cash. Be nice to him, Barney. He comes from a very distinguished family. I hope you lose your fillings.
500.
6 right back.
Thank you. Want to cash those in, Dutch?
Huh?
Want to cash those in?
No, I think I'll play a little more.
New point. Coming out for a new point. Place your bet.
7 to winner, pay the line. Coming out again. Here he comes.
9 is the new point.
What are you doing?
I lose money at my own tables.
Yeah, but you're going to make me come out short.
I'll make it up to you.
Hey, what happens if young Mr. Warren loses a whole lot of money?
I don't want to think about it.
He's a bad little boy. Throws his father's weight around too much.
His father's a big man. Got a lot of weight to throw around.
And if he drops a bundle, he goes running home to Daddy and he tattles on that mean old Mr. Dandy who runs that nasty gambling place.
Oh, I don't think so, no. Why don't you keep this place cleaner?
No towels.
Well, kid may squawk a little bit, but not to his father. District attorney takes a short-sighted view of people who gamble in this city.
Well, then why let him in at all? Father or no father, he's the kind that makes trouble.
Insurance. He'll make less in than out. Wow.
Pardon me. Could you tell me where I may find the owner?
I'm Willie Dandy.
You're the owner?
Coffee is just for effect.
Where's my brother?
Your brother?
That's right. I heard him tell the cab driver to bring him here. Now, where is he?
Well, now, if you'll just tell me who you...
Stanley Warren. I know he's here. I know he's gambling. Now, where is he, Mr. Dante?
Well, miss...
Mr. Dante, my father is the district attorney. And if my brother is gambling in this place, and if he loses 1 red cent, I'm going to get you into an awful lot of trouble.
Look, honey, just stay right there, will you? Just wait for me. Just wait right there, please. I'll just be a minute. Don't move. I'll be just a second. Would you mind coming over to my booth and telling me quietly what this is all about?
No, I want to see Stanley.
Please, now, don't talk so loud.
Now, would you take me to him immediately?
Quiet, there are people here. Just
Where is he?
sit down. Look, Miss Warren, I don't want any trouble.
Well, then take me to my brother.
I can't do that.
Oh, well, I'm not going to sit.
Please. Just let me tell you my side of it, that you can do anything you want.
Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know how I get mixed up with these things. I didn't ask your brother here. He just came in, threatening to make trouble, just like you are.
And you let him gamble.
Miss Warren, up until tonight, no member of your family could prove I operated anything other than a legitimate business. Now, I'm no giant brain or anything, but I am smart enough to know that I shouldn't hide the fact from you that I do have a dice table on the premises.
And my brother is playing on that table right now.
Excuse me. What do you want?
Will you okay this check for Mr. Wolf?
Yes, Miss Warren, your brother. I give my regards to Mr. Wolf.
Okay.
Your brother is playing on the table, but believe me, I'd prefer he played in a sand pile.
Mr. Dante, I can't help that. You know gambling's illegal in this city.
Well, I think I'm more of an authority on that than you are.
But then you'd better go and get my brother right now.
No, just sit down, please.
Mr. Dante, I don't think you're in any position to order me around.
Well, I think I am. You want to cause trouble, your brother wants to cause trouble, I can lose my whole business. So this is the way it's going to be.
Oh.
And you just stay right there until I'm finished. Now, if you want to go to your father and tell him I'm operating an illegal gambling place, go right ahead. You know what he'll do? He'll raid me. If he raids me while your brother is here, it's going to be very embarrassing. If he waits until your brother leaves, he won't find anything around here that even resembles a dice table, and I'll just be an indignant restaurateur. If for any reason whatsoever he closes me down, I'll just be forced to produce the check I cashed for your brother. Certain newspapers would love the story. District attorney's son gambles while father crusades. I'm sorry, but you just forced me to do it.
Mr. Dante, now wait. Now, you sit down for 1 minute. I have something I think you should know. I really didn't particularly want to cause you any trouble. You see, I just had to get Stanley out of here as quickly as possible. Because in the last month, my brother has lost nearly $6,000 gambling.
It's too bad.
Yes, it is, because I had to make good his debts.
You had to.
He has no money of his own.
What?
He went through his inheritance in a year. Now he's nearly gone through mine, and I can't pay his debts any longer.
Oh, fine. I just okayed a check for him for $500.
Well, if you make him stop, I promise I'll make it up to you. I couldn't do it right away, but...
Well, hasn't your brother got a job?
No, he's had 3 jobs since he left school, but he lost them. Daddy was very upset, but, well, he's busy, you know, and he's always spoiled Stanley. He wanted him to be a lawyer.
Please, I'm getting a lump.
I know it sounds rather dramatic.
Well, it certainly does fit in a little bit with hearts and flowers, but I'll tell you what you do, dear. You run along home, and I'll send Stanley along as soon as I can.
Will you really?
Well, if I'm strong enough.
Oh, thank you.
And please, don't mention it.
No, I won't.
To anyone.
$7 to winner. Pay the line. Coming out again. Here he comes. A shooter and a good one. 9's the point. 8-9.
How much have you cashed for Warren?
Looking for a 9.
2,500.
Point is 9. Nina Niner.
What do you do with all your money, Dante?
It depends. What do you do with your sisters?
What are you talking about?
You know what happens to bad little boys who don't pay their debts.
Listen, if you've been talking to my sister, you can...
I'm in trouble, Sonny. Your father can't help you out of this.
There's nothing wrong with those checks.
I hope so, for your sake. But you're through until I check with the bank.
Listen, I dropped $2,500 at your table.
Well, if you say so. But that's your limit.
Look, Danny, I'm warning you. You can't
No, you're not warning anybody. You're walking on eggs, Stanley. Go yell to your father if you want to, but just remember I'm holding these checks.
You can't blackmail me.
You got a lot of nerve talking about blackmail. Now go on, beat it, and get out of here. Before I have you hauled in for cashing bum checks.
Look, I'm in the clear. Those checks are for gambling. You know gambling in this city.
You're a little confused. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just an indignant restaurateur who cashed these checks because I thought you were good for them. That's cab fare. Go on, beat it.
Distinguished family, huh?
Yeah, they stretch. I'll hold these by me.
Trouble?
Well, nothing I can't handle.
Oh? Yeah. Yeah. How are you, Dutch?
I'm at Willie Dante's, and I think I got something for you. Stan Warren just dropped a bundle at the table.
The DA, son?
Yeah, and he give Willie a bunch of bad checks. Yeah, that's right. Oh, all of them checks is made out to cash.
Is that right? Well.
I thought maybe you'd like to get your hands on them checks, and maybe the DA might want to do you a favor. Hey, how would it look in the papers if they thought the kid was doing business with Boris Darris?
Yeah. And passing me bum checks at that. Dutch, you got a reward coming. Drop around to the office tomorrow. Right.
Well, thank you very much, boss. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks again. Ernie! Ernie!
Yeah, boss.
Swallow that and get the car out. I think we're going to pay Mr. Willie Dante a little visit.
Okay, boss.
Oh, hello, Miss Warren. Yes, this is Willie Danny. That's right. Uh-huh. Oh, look, dear, if you care to come down here, I can give you those checks of your brother's. Uh-huh. That's right. Oh, that's all right, all right. I'm glad to do it. Fine. All right. Bye-bye. What can I do for you, Darris?
Ask me to sit down.
Sit down. You can sit down, too.
I got a business proposition for you.
Huh?
You got something I want. I'll pay good money for it. I understand young Warren was in here earlier, and he passed you some bum checks. I think it's about $2,500 worth of bad checks.
Will you cash Mr. Torres's check?
Excuse me, gentlemen.
You don't want to get stuck. I'll take them off your hands.
You might take those checks and make a deal with the district attorney. I understand he's got enough evidence against you to put you away for 100 years.
All right, Dante. How much would you say the checks are worth?
Fort Knox couldn't make a down payment.
I don't think you understand.
I don't think you understand how much I understand. You get those checks, you'll blackmail the district attorney. Young Warren will scream all over town that he cashed them at my place, and I'll be your roommate at Sing Sing.
I'll give you 10 grand.
Oh, you're wasting your time. I'm awfully sorry.
Sit down.
Now, wait a minute, you...
I got a gun under the table.
As long as you don't feel like selling. Supposing you just give me the checks.
Darris, you've got a grand jury investigation hanging over you. You can't afford to get mixed up in anything like this.
I can't afford not to. Now give me the checks, or so help me, I'll have Ernie blow your insides out. I mean it.
You heard what he said.
You're too independent, Dante. One of these days, you're going to get dead for it.
Hello?
Hello. Where's Mr. Dante?
In his office. He's expecting you. Right through those curtains.
Thank you.
Come in.
Mr. Dante.
Oh, hello, hello. Would you like a cup of coffee or
Oh,
something?
no, thank you, but I can't
I'm
tell you how
awfully sorry I had to
grateful
call you so late at night.
It's quite
Did
all
I wake
right.
up the whole house?
Oh, no, you didn't wake up anyone.
Oh, really? Do you mind if I have a cup of coffee?
Of course not. Listen, I'm never going to forget
It was
this,
such a
Mr.
long
Dante.
drive, though.
No, it was nothing, 2 minutes.
I haven't got the checks.
Why?
Well, it's very simple. I was robbed.
Rob.
Boss Darris, the man your father's prosecuting, brought a big gun with him.
Darris.
Mm-hmm.
You gave him the checks?
Well, I sort of had to. I hate bleeding to death.
Oh, no. Do you realize what Darris would do with those checks?
Yes, he'll probably try to blackmail your father.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Dante, this is just terrible.
Yeah.
And you just gave them to him. You just let him have them.
Well, honey, I had a gun pointing right at my dinner.
You mean he walked in here in front of everybody, pointed a gun at you and demanded the checks?
Well, it was really a little more dramatic than that.
Yeah, in your very own restaurant? Why, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Do you realize what's going to happen to Stanley?
Oh.
My father's going to find out all about his gambling and everything else.
Oh, no, please calm down now.
Oh, it's just awful. What can I do? I've done everything I could to help Stanley, to keep Father from finding out what's been going on.
Oh, it'll work out all right. I'm sure it will.
Just terrible.
Well, maybe I can do something.
Oh, what can you possibly do?
I don't know. Maybe I can get the checks back.
Oh, really?
Well, now, I'm not sure. I'm not promising anything, but there must be some way to get them back.
Oh, yes, I'm sure you can do it.
Well, I don't know. I don't really know how. I know Darris pretty well. Oh, incidentally, I hope your old man your father puts him away for keeps. Terrible fella. Is your father in town?
No, he's gone fishing.
Oh, where?
Oregon.
Oregon. Oh, that's wonderful. I fish up there a lot. Rains all the time. When's he coming back?
Friday.
Friday. Oh, that's good. Because Darris can't talk to him until then. Yeah, I think it'll work out. You know, I think you should go home.
Do you really think so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you get there, tell that lame-brained brother of yours to keep his mouth shut.
Okay.
And don't say a word to anybody.
Okay.
Because I got an idea.
Won't you tell me what you're going to do?
Can you keep a secret?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to crack a safe.
What?
So if you find my body floating in the river, tell your father to add one more count in this case against Boss Darris.
Are you kidding?
Don't you think Mr. Darris will put those checks in his safe?
Well, yes, I
Well,
guess
he'll
so.
only get mad if I ask him for them.
You really are serious.
And then you keep your pretty little mouth shut.
Well, I can't let you do this.
I'm saving my own hide, too.
Yes, but it's too dangerous.
Terribly.
Well, I'm not going to let you do this.
Beat it. Go on.
Better be careful.
Your lipstick is smeared. Didn't you tell her about the checks?
Mm-hmm.
And she kissed you for it?
She kissed me when I told her I was going to get them back.
Oh, well, I don't blame her. It's like saying you're going to return Manhattan to the Indians.
You're going to help me.
Me? Oh, no. Mm-mm.
Oh, come on, Monty, for old time's sake.
No, absolutely. No, I'm retired.
No, but for me, just this once.
Mr. Dante, just this once could get me 15 years.
But I got to get those checks.
No, never again.
Oh, but you're the best safe man in the business.
Was the best.
It'll only take an hour.
No, absolutely not. I'm through, retired, finished, now and for always. No.
Where else? Bingo.
Are you sure the checks are in here?
No.
Oh, swell.
Get to work.
Listen, I could do this with handcuffs on. What am I saying?
Will you hurry up?
Okay. It's like old times.
Money, you're a genius.
Never got past the 4th grade.
Here we are. Let's get out of this fire trap.
I'm with you.
Well.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Good evening. We represent the Real Safe Insurance Company. We come twice a month for
I'm
inspections.
surprised at you, Dante. You should have more sense.
Yeah, I guess we should.
Give me those checks.
What's going on? Hey, get him over your head.
You can't get away with this, Dante.
Oh, I thought you'd come up with some original line like that.
What's that first step at the pep?
You okay? You mellow head. Get the car out. We gotta get those checks back.
Hey, can't I go home now?
Oh, you're safer here. Sit down.
Safer here?
Sure. Suppose I went to your place first.
I don't like this. We can have the whole army protecting us and I wouldn't feel safe.
Oh, relax, will you? Darius will want those checks before he starts shooting.
Oh, swell. How do you know? Maybe he just comes in here and starts shooting everything in sight.
Trust me.
Trust you. I do, but who's going to vouch for Darius? Is it?
Yeah.
How are you?
Give me those checks, Dante.
You ought to be more careful, Darius. With an investigation hanging over you, it could be serious if someone caught you with that big gun.
You're gonna give me those checks, or do I kill you right here?
Threatening assault.
You hear me, Dante?
Marty, did you lock the front door?
Sure.
Breaking and entering.
You asked for it.
Drop it, Darius.
Now, look, Waldo.
Lieutenant Waldo.
Now, look, this the guy busted into my house, cracked my safe, or stole some personal property. I ain't done nothing illegal.
You got a permit for this gun? How about you, Ernie? No permit. Threatening assault, breaking and entering.
Now, you listen to me, you two-bit flat-foot.
Resisting arrest.
You can't get away with this.
Disturbing the peace and our supper.
That's right, please.
I'm a citizen. I been robbed. The DA son passed some bum checks, and Dante swiped them from my safe. I've got a right to bring charges against the DA's son.
You know anything about some checks, Willie?
Don't know what he's talking about. Pass toast.
Oh, wait a minute.
Shut up.
But he's telling the truth.
Shut up, both of you. Thanks, Willie.
Oh, that's all right, Lieutenant. Have a drink before you leave?
No, thanks.
I'll come back later. Monty will scramble you some eggs.
I'll take a rain check. Come on. All right, let's go.
Well, these eggs are pretty good. Where'd you learn to cook?
Sing, sing.
Good morning, Miss Warren.
Oh, hello.
Was that Darius?
Yeah.
What about the police?
Oh, Waldo's an old friend of mine. He won't say anything. I'm sure your father won't pay any attention to Darius. Oh, by the way, here are the checks.
Thank you.
Maybe you'd like to drive us
I'd
home.
love to.
Well, on second thought, maybe you just better drive me home.
Well, does Monty have a car?
Oh, the walk will do him good. Get his heart started again. Come on. You'll have to lock up.
I know.
Don't forget to wash the dishes.
I won't.
Say goodnight to Monty, dear.
Good night, Monty.
Good night.
Good evening, Mr. Dante.
Hello, Mary. How are the tips?
Generous.
Well, they should be. Hey, Monty.
Hi.
Oh, what's this for?
Make you feel better.
I feel fine.
Vic Steele is in the back room.
Oh, swell.
There's There's a nasty rumor circulating on the premises that Mr. Steele has so far won himself in the neighborhood of $80,000.
80,000.
In the last hour. And he's still winning. Happy birthday.
Send a bottle of wine over to table 18, will you? Must be celebrating. He's out with his wife.
It's amazing. He ain't turned loose of the dice in over an hour.
Come on, guys.
Looking for a 6. Looking for a 6.
6 is an easy point, boy. Come on, come on.
6 is the point, looking for 6. 6 right back. 6 is the winner. Place your bets, gentlemen. Coming out for a new point. The whites are thousands.
I know.
Almost 90 grand. Coming out for a new point. 9, Nina Niner. 9 is a new point, looking for 9.
How much is the bank, George?
115,000. He's won almost that much already. Coming out for a new point. Place your bet, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out for a new point. 7. 7 is the winner. Place your bet, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out for a new point.
Right back. Sorry, Vic.
What's with the grabby Mets, Daddy?
The bank's closed, everybody.
That's a very bad thing for you to say.
Now, believe me, I'm sorry to have to do it.
And just toss back the dice. I'll pretend I didn't hear you.
Well, you won about 100 grand. That's all I can cover.
This is not going to be good for your business.
Oh, Vic, try and understand, will you?
I do. You're throwing me out.
Well, you won all the money. You want to be able to cover my losses.
For a couple of years now, I've been coming in here once, maybe twice a week. Not once have I walked out a winner.
We should make you about even.
I'm not interested in the money. For once, I'm having a good time, and you spoil it.
But would you be happy if I couldn't pay off?
I'm a patient man. I'd have taken your note.
Well, what about the others? I'd have to write so many IOUs it'd look like confetti.
I'm very disappointed in you, Dante.
Oh, Vic, be reasonable.
No. I don't feel one bit good about any of this. I work hard all week. Occasionally, I like to go out and have a good time shooting craps. I have never had a good time shooting craps until tonight. And you spoil it. Cash in my winnings, Tino.
Oh, Vic, please try and understand, will you?
I'm leaving now, Mr. Dante. I'll not be back.
No, this is ridiculous.
You said it. And another thing, I'm giving instructions to all my boys never to show their face in your crummy joint again. How many of my boys are here? Me and 3 others, boss. Wait for me outside. When I get through spreading the word, you and your dice table are going to be the loneliest couple in town.
Now, I doubt that very much.
You do, huh?
Yes, I do.
Don't steam me, Dante.
Well, if you want to be steamed, go right ahead. You're being unreasonable about this, and you know it.
I think you're forgetting who you're talking to.
I know who I'm talking to. With my eyes closed, I knew who I was talking to.
Is that a fact?
You could be standing in the middle of the Yankee Stadium with the lights out at midnight.
You know me.
Blindfolded.
Amazing.
Elementary.
How?
You wear more cologne than a healthy harem.
Dante, you just went too far.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way
My
about it.
mother gave me this cologne on my birthday.
She must have filled your swimming pool with it.
Dante, if you think I'm going to let you stand there and insult my mother...
I am not insulting your mother. I mentioned specific items, cologne, and the amount you use. I'm sure your mother's a wonderful person.
She is a doll.
Hi.
I wish I were.
I saw Vic and Tino sail out of here like something was on fire.
told him he smelled.
And he got mad? Oh.
Throw me something to help me forget, will you?
How about a Foreign Legion?
What's in it?
3 parts rum, 2 parts red wine, dash of bitters, the meat of 2 imported dates, a twist of lemon, and a cup of sand.
Sand.
It's optional.
Scotch on the rocks.
The sand is just for effect.
Scotch.
Deserter.
Innkeeper.
Yes, ma'am?
I'd like another. If you please.
Yes, ma'am. Aren't you in enough trouble already?
Mind your own business. I bet you're drinking mint juleps.
How'd you know?
Sticks out all over you.
I bet you're drinking champagne.
My name's Dandy. I own the place.
Excuse me. You do? Oh, my goodness. My name's Janet. I'm a Howell.
I beg your pardon?
That's a little joke. That's my last name. Capital H-O-W-L, Howell.
Oh.
Isn't that cute?
Yes, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it pretty? Brandy and ice cream. Oh, that's just scrumptious.
No, honey. I keep telling you.
No?
Not unless you come from a long line of dragons.
Oh.
Now?
Now, you might as well make it an even 6.
You know something? This stuff makes me kind of buzzy. Willie?
What?
I bet you don't buzz.
What do I do?
You growl. Just nice little old growls.
Ruff.
Yeah.
Ruff.
Yeah, that's it. Nice, mean little old manly growls.
Hey, Strongheart. Nearly 3 o'clock.
Say goodnight to Monty, dear.
Good night, Monty, dear.
It's morning. The night has fled.
Now, why don't you flee with it?
Good old Marty. So loyal. Never wants to go home.
Well, you're going to have to lock up.
Yeah, I know.
Good night.
Good night, Monty.
Good night.
You call the cops. Daddy gets a cement apron.
Oh, you Southern girls have such charm.
Mr. Dandy,
Hmm?
do you like guns?
Well, not especially why.
Well, somebody's trying to give you one.
Hmm? Now, look, Vic.
Dirty, rotten.
Oh!
This is liable to get messy, lady. You better leave.
Yeah, go on, honey. Do what the nasty man says.
Good night. You all?
Crumb.
Oh, now, wait.
Shut up. You ruined my evening. You insult me.
I told you I
Keep
couldn't...
your mouth shut. You do all that for me, Dante. On top of it all, you pay me in counterfeit money.
Counterfeit? What are you talking about?
Every lousy buck. Well,
It's counterfeit, all right.
show him the river. Let's go swimming.
No, move. Oh, wait a minute now. Let me think a little.
You want to get it here?
Hold it. You got something to say?
Yeah, I have. You don't think I'm stupid enough to pass you bad money and wait around here for you to come back and kill me, do you?
I won that money in your crummy joint right here tonight.
You couldn't have.
You're calling me a liar?
Oh, no. Think of it. Will you admit it? I wouldn't do anything as stupid as that.
Crack about my mother was pretty stupid.
Somebody's pulling a fast one. Look, if I was going to hustle this stuff, I certainly wouldn't stick you with it.
Your joint, that's where I got it. Well, Tino collected your winnings.
So what?
I was just mentioning a simple fact.
Tino?
Yeah?
You didn't. Did you?
Boy.
No, of course he didn't. If he wanted a lousy $100,000, all he'd have to do is ask me.
And there was only one other guy who could have touched this money.
Yeah, who?
George Fenimore.
Never heard of him.
Teller works behind the cage. Tino collected your winnings, George paid Tino, and nobody else touched the money.
Hey, yeah, that's right. I guess it could be.
You darn right it could be. George pays off in this stuff and pockets the real McCoy from the till.
In case we're both out $100,000.
You said it.
Where does this Fenimore live?
I've got his address in my office.
Get it. We'll pay him a little visit. How's this, 303? Hey, it's 3 o'clock. Yeah?
Trick or treat.
Well. Good evening, Lieutenant.
Good evening, Waldo.
Anything I can do for you boys? Up kind of late, aren't you?
Well, you see,
Yeah, you see, we were just going to call on Mr. Fenimore.
Yeah.
Of course, as long as he's got company.
Yeah.
No, come on in. I'm sure Mr. Fenimore won't mind a few more visitors.
Well, it's kind of late.
Inside. After you. Hold it. Exciting, isn't it? Okay. It's Fenimore, all right. Been dead about a half hour.
I want my lawyer.
Sure, you can call him from headquarters. You think I'm going to swallow a yarn like that? That is the most fantastic story I have ever heard. You guys must think this is my first day on the force.
Lieutenant, can I smoke now?
No. Well, how about it, Dante?
I did it with my little hatchet.
Dante, I'm warning you.
Lieutenant, I told you.
I know what you've told me. You and these other two liars were just out for a little walk.
Ain't legal. I got a right to call my lawyer.
You'll call him when I say you can. How long have you known George Fenimore?
Ask my lawyer.
You thought you'd drop in for a little visit, huh?
Cross my heart.
I'm still dying for a smoke.
Shut up. How long Fenimore worked for you?
About a year.
What'd he do?
Told you once, he's a waiter.
Not in your little back room.
Oh, Lieutenant.
You were all together at your cafe between 2 and 3 a.m.
Oh, come on, Waldo. You know darn good and well I didn't kill him.
I don't know anything of the kind. But when Willie Dante and Vic Steele and Tino Phipps show up at a murdered man's apartment at 3:15 in the morning, it's very fishy indeed.
But we told you.
I know what you told me. A social call. Huh.
Look, Lieutenant, it's like Danny says. We were at his place till 2:45. Just talking, see? We decide to visit this guy, George Fenimore. We get there at 3.
Will you shut up?
Okay if I smoke now?
All right. There's a lot about this that you guys aren't telling me, and I'm going to find out about it, but it's the last thing I do. Now get out of here. And I want you all back at this office at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Formal?
Go on, beat it.
Hey, Waldo. When you were going over Fenimore's apartment, did you find any money?
Money?
Oh, you didn't, huh?
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What money? How much money?
Well, it was really nothing. As a matter of fact, I had just loaned him $20, and I was hoping he didn't die broke.
Daddy. $20?
Yeah.
You loaned it to him?
Oh, I guess I shouldn't mention it at a time like this. Are you ashamed of me?
There isn't anything else you'd like to tell me, is there?
No, it does make me look kind of cheap, doesn't it? But you know how it is, cost of living going up.
Go on, beat it. 4 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll be here.
What'd you tell him?
Nothing. I just asked him if he found any money in Fenimore's apartment.
Yeah?
Hey, you got a match, Dandy?
You got to admit, though, it does look like Fenimore's the guy who passed the counterfeit.
Why?
Nice toss.
How do you figure it looks like Fenimore's the one that passed the money?
Somebody killed him. Can you think of any better reason for killing a man than a hard... $100,000?
Yeah, I guess you got a point, but
Hey,
I still...
Hey.
What's the matter? What are you doing?
9. 9 right back.
Are you crazy?
7. 3 straight passes.
Come on, let's get out of here. This is no place to be playing around with these.
Loaded.
Huh?
The dice are loaded.
So what?
These are the dice you won with.
What? Watch. 11. Those are the dice I was shooting with?
Right.
6.
I'm going to tail him. You go down to the lab and get the report.
You made it. 6 straight passes.
What do you guys think you're doing out here?
Relax. He ain't telling us.
Must be soaking his head in ice water.
Shooting craps in a police station.
Ha, with loaded dice, too.
Yeah. How about those dice, Danny? Are you accusing me of...
Oh, don't be silly. Those dice were mine. They're from my club. Matches.
Oh, look, I may be a little thick, but...
Don't you get it?
No. No, you gave me loaded dice to shoot with?
No, I didn't, but someone else did. It all figures now.
It does?
Of course, Vic. If Fenimore was going to pass you counterfeit money, he'd have to be sure you were going to win plenty. He'd have to be working with someone to make certain you'd win.
Hey, the guy who gave you the dice.
Right. Now, come on. I'll get you $100,000 back.
Yeah?
Yeah. Maybe we'll find the guy who killed Fenimore.
Who is it?
Open up, Stan. It's Daddy. Come on, Stan. Open the door. Stan, if you don't open up...
It's open.
Well, take a little trip.
Well, he's the stick man at your table.
I just got a call. My sister's sick in the hospital. Oh, no, not that one. What are you doing here, Mr. Steele?
He wants his $100,000.
What?
You got it. Hand it over.
I don't know what you're talking about.
$100,000. Let's have it.
I don't have it. I don't know anything about it.
You took it off Fenimore when you killed him.
Oh.
Yeah, me?
I swear I haven't.
I'm getting mad.
You better give it to him, Stan.
No. All right, get against that wall.
What happened to you?
You know the lieutenant took my gun away? Go on, against the wall.
Stan, you're crazy. You can't get away with it.
Watch me. Move.
Somebody will hear the shots.
By the time they get here, I'll be 10 blocks away. Go on, get against that wall.
Danny.
Daddy, open up.
100,000.
Come on, open up.
Oh, come on in, Waldo. It's open. Got change for 5?
Place is kind of quiet with the back room closed down.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Here comes Sherlock.
Oh, hello, Waldo.
Sorry, Willie.
Yeah, I'll bet. Have a drink?
What is it?
Foreign Legion.
No, thanks. Personally, I hated to close up your back room.
Oh, sure.
You got my killer for me, and I appreciate it. But you know what the law is as well as I do.
Yeah. Well, have a glass of warm milk. You'll sleep better.
I could impound this, but you did me a favor here. $100,000 you got to give back to Vic. plus 1,000 to the policeman's welfare fund.
Well, I'll be darned.
Yeah, me too.
Good night.
Good night, Waldo.
Hi, Lieutenant. Milk.
No, he's got an 80-proof cow. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, I can't tell you how glad I am to see you.
Well, that makes me feel so good.
It does?
It certainly does.
Look, why don't we get out of here? Go up to
Oh, I'd love to, Mr. Dandy.
Fine.
But I've got a date.
Oh, you have?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm supposed to meet him right here.
I'm a little disappointed in you, Janice.
Well, I'm truly sorry, Mr. Dandy, but maybe we could make it some other time.
Hello, Danny. Hi.
Hello there.
Hi, sweetheart. Oh, Janice, you remember Mr. Steele, Mr. Phipps?
Oh, of course.
Well, here's your money, Vic. Less $1,000 for the policeman's welfare fund. Thanks. Well, let's go, baby.
Good night, Mr. Dandy.
Hey. Is that your date?
Something wrong?
Oh, no. Have a wonderful evening.
Oh, thank you. You smell good. What kind of cologne you use?
It's called Shetland. My mother gave it to me.
Sweet. Wasn't she?
You really put sand in this?
Ah, partially. Just looks like sand.
Tastes like sand.
Getting kind of crowded in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beans.
Beans?
Boston baked beans.
You hungry, Monty?
Chicken a la king.
When you get the dessert, let me know.
Just giving you a sample of what I go through tending bar here. Guy a while ago tossed this beans chicken routine at me. Big, friendly guy. Explained that when he drinks, he likes to think about food.
That's the worst coffee I ever tasted in my life. What did you do, make it with soapy water?
Soapy water?
Wash the glasses with it. They haven't been washed since you came to work here.
How do you know what soapy water tastes like?
I sing in the shower.
Well, you must have swallowed a cake of soap. I make good coffee, and I don't like your cracks about it.
I shall file your complaints, Monty, around to those by patrons complaining that I have a chimpanzee tending bar. Busy night, Jackson?
Dreadfully busy. I was just taking the pottery to the kitchen.
Yes. I should have bought you a compass for Christmas. The kitchen's that way. The gambling room's that way.
It must have been that green salad that I was tossing. It always makes me terribly dizzy.
Oh, I'm sure that's what it was. But no gambling.
10 years ago, you wouldn't have spoken to me like that, William.
10 years ago, you had money. Don't you ever learn? No gambling.
Gambling? Me, William? Why, I've reformed. I wouldn't dream of doing anything like that.
Well, 8 to 5 you would.
Covered.
Forget it. Forget it. Just stay away from the back room.
Willie?
Yeah?
You had your coffee yet?
Well, I had what Monty calls coffee. I wouldn't endorse it, though. Why?
Well, it's just that I hate to see a man shocked on an empty stomach. Take a look at table 19. Hasn't changed much, has she?
When'd she come in?
About half an hour ago. Monty saw her, too. He tried to talk me out of telling you, but I'm not the type of person to keep a secret. It makes one so secretive.
It's been 10 years.
At least.
You know the people she's with?
I haven't the slightest.
She recognized you or Monty?
That's John's stable. She wouldn't have noticed us. Besides, 10 years ago, I wasn't a waiter.
10 years ago, Monty wasn't a bartender.
For him, it was a step up.
Just as pretty as ever.
Well, you have 2 feet and a mouth. Walk over and talk.
No, she might like to forget our past. Go find out.
It must be rather taxing to be a disreputable character. At least I'm an honest waiter. My friends talk to me.
It's because you owe them all money. Go on, move.
You sent for me, sir?
Why, no, I didn't. You must have the wrong table. You're not our waiter.
Oh, but I am. Surely you haven't forgotten me. Oh, no, that couldn't be. You couldn't have forgotten me.
No, you've made a mistake.
Excuse me, sir, there are some crumbs on the table. There's one thing I hate is crumbs on the table. It makes everything look so, crummy. Never let it be said that Mr. Willie Dante ran a crummy restaurant. No, sir, his place is one of the best where old friends may meet. That is, if old friends want to meet, as it were.
Will you please go away? The table's fine. We'd just like to finish our meal.
And Mr. Willie Dante would want you to finish your meals. That is Mr. Willie Dante over there. I feel like singing Hearts and Flowers.
You what?
I sing as well as wipe crumbs. Here comes Mr. Dante. Now, I'd advise you to take the matter up with him.
Having trouble here?
No, he just left.
Oh, Jackson. Well, you'll have to forgive him.
He's certainly odd.
Will you meet my bartender?
You're Mr. Dante?
That's right.
Well, this is a pleasure. My name is Sims, Frank Sims.
How do you do, Mr. Sims?
And this is Mrs. Sims.
How do you do, Mrs. Sims?
And Mr. and Mrs. Turner. How do you do?
How do you do?
Won't you join us, Mr. Dante?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm a little busy right now. I just dropped over to see if everything was satisfactory. Is everything satisfactory, Mrs. Sims?
Yes, it's quite satisfactory.
Now, nice place here, Mr. Dante.
Well, thank you.
If I'm speaking out of term, forgive me, but I hear one can get a run for his money in your back room.
Well, there has been some rumor to that effect, yes.
Well, I understand you have to be careful, but, well, I haven't shot a fast game of craps in a long time.
Then, since you're rusty, it might be to our advantage. Right through that hallway, first door past the exit. Give this card to the man on the door.
Oh, I can't thank you enough, Mr. Dante.
Maybe your money can. Nice to have met you.
Seems like a nice fellow.
Yes.
Friends again?
She's married.
Another shot of caffeine?
No, thanks. I'm still blowing bubbles from the last one.
I wonder when she got married.
I told Jackson not to tell you she was here. I was afraid this would happen.
Yeah.
After all, Willie, it's your own fault. You ran out on her.
That was a war, remember?
Well, you could have written.
I was too busy making mud pies and foxholes. Every time I wrote, wrong number. No forwarding address.
Stop. You're breaking my heart.
What heart? You haven't had one since you stopped carrying the ace of hearts up your sleeve.
So I was a frustrated child. I lost my rattle trying to draw a royal flush. Thought you didn't want another cup of coffee.
I'm sad. I want to poison myself.
Well, at least this tastes like coffee.
I don't know why it should. This I really made with soapy water.
You know, you can be replaced.
What do you mean? I'm a good bartender.
You couldn't make a good daiquiri if it came pre-frozen.
Must be out of my head. An ex-safecracker for a bartender. Haven't got enough trouble with an ex-millionaire for a waiter. And on top of that, the only girl I like gets married.
You're always griping, always griping.
Well, while I'm griping, how about cleaning up this place?
What are you talking about? It's spotless.
Oh, sure. You can't see a single spot for all the dust.
Now, look, Willie, I don't have to take this all the time. I could quit, you know.
Put that in writing, will you?
You know I can't write.
That's why I ask you.
Money down. Here goes, man. Put your money down. Take your bet. Take your bet.
Hello again, Mr. Daddy. Or may I call you Willie?
How much have you lost?
Nearly 2,000.
You can call me anything you like.
Am I good for another 500?
I don't know, are you?
You'll get it back every cent.
I know. Have fun.
Thanks.
Pretty fast evening.
Well, that's the way I like it. Faster the better.
You can say that again, Willie. Especially since you put me on percentage.
Well, that's a good report, Bob. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Bob.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Hall.
Things are not so good tonight. You better give me change for 1,000.
Well, maybe new money will give you better luck.
Thank you, Bob. 10.50.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
5 nickels, please. It's all right. You can bite it.
Thank you.
Oh, pardon me. Where are the slot machines?
Oh, I'm sorry, we have no slot machines.
Oh.
We do have roulette and dice tables. There's a limit there.
Oh, well. No, never mind. I'd rather go someplace where there's no limit, you know.
I was just looking for the boss. Now, I know what you're thinking.
But I don't have to swear.
I'm the soul of innocence, believe me. I did not come back here to gamble. I came back to give you a message.
Well, don't wait around for a tip. You'd lose it all to the first spin of the wheel.
I can tell by your attitude that you wish our relationship to continue on an employer and employee basis. I shall conform. Gone are the days of our beautiful friendship. Gone...
Oh, shut up. What's the message?
There's a woman waiting to see you in your office.
Is it a mother who wants her daughter's money back, or is it a daughter who wants more for her money?
Joe, faithful employee laughs.
Wasn't that funny? Who's in my office?
Lucy. Shall I carry you?
Money down. Here goes, man. Money down.
Hello, Willie.
Lucy?
It's been a long time.
Yeah?
I waited. For a long time, I waited.
I'm sorry.
It was fun in Vegas. It's not much prestige working in a gambling house, but it was fun as long as you were dealing. But then you dealt me a bad hand, Willie. You left.
Oh, Lucy, I could make excuses, but what good would it do? I said I'm sorry, and I really am. Not only for the pain I caused you, but for the pain I caused myself. But you summed it up when you said it's been a long time. It's history. And this place only deals in mathematics.
Willie Dante. You know, it's funny. When I saw the sign out in front, Dante's Inferno, didn't register. I didn't know this was your place.
Oh, I'm glad you dropped in.
Well, I can just stay a minute. I said I had a headache, that I was going to the powder room.
Well, I don't want to be a headache. Maybe we'll run on back. Your husband might be worried.
He isn't my husband. Just brought me along to make it look good. Willie, I didn't know this was your place, believe me.
You seem upset. What is it?
Well, you should be upset. Frank and his partner, they both have guns. They intend to hold up your gambling room, Willie, tonight.
Sure about this?
I'm sure. I was even going to be a part of it.
You? Oh, I see.
No, you don't see. Things have changed. It hasn't been easy.
I know a lot of girls who get along without becoming hold-up artists.
Well, I've never done anything like this before.
Where did you meet these characters?
I was behind in my rent, broke. Frank loaned me some money.
I can guess the rest.
Well, this was to settle my debt, and Frank promised me enough to go somewhere and get a new start.
And you didn't think too badly about holding up a gambling house?
The fact that it was a gambling house helped. Made it seem not quite so bad. I'm sorry, Willie.
No. I'm grateful. Glad you warned me.
No, please, don't make me feel lower than I am. I didn't tell you for money.
I know why you told me, honey. Consider this a loan. It's to help you get that start someplace else. Now, you better go on back. String along with him, and I'll handle it.
Be careful.
I always am.
Lieutenant Waldo. Well, Mr. Dante, how nice of you to call. Somebody trip on your dice and break his neck?
A couple of guys are going to stick up this place, and I need some help.
Now I've heard everything. A year ago, I spent all my time trying to prove you have a table in that back room. Every time I raid, you clean. Now you want me to help you protect a joint that doesn't even exist. You think I'm crazy?
Waldo, my answer would only hurt your feelings. Now tell me, what would happen if somebody created a disturbance here in the restaurant?
Well, that's a different story.
Okay, then. We'll handle it. You come on over here and pick them up in the cafe for disturbing the peace.
You can't hold them long on that.
No, but chances are these boys have long records. Oh, Waldo, be grateful, will you? I'm probably delivering 2 desperate criminals to you wrapped up in a ribbon.
What do you want me to do, put you on the payroll?
Why not? I got 3 of your men on mine.
They are not. You don't have any of my men on your payroll.
Okay, so I'm kidding.
Someday, Willie. Someday I'm gonna wrap that crap table around your brain.
You'll have to find it first.
What, the crap table of your brain?
Oh. When you've finished with your convulsions, comedian, I'd like to have you come over here. After all, I am a taxpayer, you know. That's right, yeah. And I'll have Monty keep an eye out for you. Yeah, I know. Doesn't he always? Mm-hmm. All right, Waldo. Goodbye. They leave?
No, they went in the back.
Oh, fine.
One brandy, one grasshopper.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I want you two to keep your eyes up. I'm expecting Waldo and a few other boys.
Uh-oh. Want me to flash the back room?
No, I called them, told them to come over. Just let me know when they get here.
That's a nice way to announce your retirement.
Well, wasn't a bad job while it lasted.
Here's your bet. Money down. There you goes, man. Money down. Here's your bet.
The evening's really humming, Willie.
Never mind the report. Maybe a little trouble later. Where is the pen?
Tear gas.
Just press the clasp.
Check.
See the group at the corner of the table, girl in the gray dress?
Yeah.
See the man she's with?
Yeah.
If he comes over, get the pen ready.
Check.
Excuse me, please.
Something.
A quarter for these nickels. An exciting place you got here, laddie. Exciting place.
Thank you.
But never have I met such a poor sport, though.
What do you mean?
The gentleman has matching nickels way.
Four black. Five of the
Fast place here, Mr. Dante.
Well, you said you wanted a fast game, Mr. Sims.
So I did.
Don't tell me you lost all your money.
No, matter of fact, I haven't played yet. Maybe I am a little too rusty after all.
That's too bad.
Of course, I'm not too rusty for a good game of 21. I see your blackjack table there.
Well, you're very observant.
I'd enjoy playing with the owner. Do you deal 21, Mr. Dante?
It's the way I got started in this business.
Well, then.
All right.
Quite a crowd you have here, Mr. Dowdy.
Yeah, it's a good night.
Is it?
Has been so far.
Take your bet, lady. Beautiful woman, my wife, don't you think?
Lovely.
Poor darling had a headache earlier.
Oh, it's too bad.
Yes. Insisted on going to the powder room alone. Wouldn't let Betty go with her.
Imagine that.
Gone a long time. Long enough for me to be worried about her, so I sent Betty to see if she was all right.
It's very considerate.
Betty saw her coming out of your office.
It's for rent.
We can drop the pretense, Mr. Dante. Why Lucy warned you, I don't know. But I do know you're wise. I saw you warning your boys.
Well, then, if your brain is as sharp as your eyesight, you better clear out of here.
Sorry. I have plans.
So had Napoleon. Blackjack.
You've got quite a bunch of husky boys around here.
Oh, they just love to gobble up punks like you.
Not tonight, they don't, Mr. Dante. I have a gun under this table, Dante. I figure with a gun on you, the odds are about even.
Now, Mr. Sims, you know better than that. My place, the house always wins.
You'll see. Now, you and I are walking over to the teller's cage. I figure with this gun on you, there won't be much trouble.
Pay 21.
I didn't think I know this game.
Oh?
Play it cool, Dante.
Stick around. Live and learn.
Only 2 cards?
The deck lasts longer that way.
It's a game after my own heart.
We're a very thrifty bunch around here.
Hit me.
I'd love to, Mr. Sims. Hard.
Stand.
Pay 21. Care to play?
No.
Now, Mr. Sims, we can't keep the game exclusive, can we? It's a very simple game, Scotty. All you do is try to get as close to 21 without going over, and if you get an ace and a face card, you win 3 times your money.
3 times, is it?
That's right. The odds just went up. Move around. I'll deal you a hand just for fun. Turn him over. Well, blackjack. You win right off the bat.
Laddie, seldom do I refuse money, but you said just now that the deal was for fun.
Sorry, there's a house rule against playing for fun. I thought of it just as I turned the cards. Come on, sit down. This is your lucky night. You won fair and square.
Forget it, Dante. He doesn't want to play.
I'll be deciding that for myself if you don't mind. And since I'm playing with the house money.
Good for you.
I'll watch.
Turn him over. Well, blackjack again. There you are.
You handle those cards very well, Mr. Dante.
I'd say it has a great deal to do with my living, wouldn't you, Mr. Sims?
Don't be too sure. Our lucky friend here won't play forever.
Did you ever see a Scotsman leave a game when he's winning?
Less talk and a little more action if you don't mind.
I think you have a queen there. Now, all you need is an ace.
On your feet, Buster.
Thanks, Scotty. I'll explain it to you someday.
You treat your guests kind of rough, don't you, laddie?
He was trying to cheat.
A moment now. Don't you be trying to cheat me.
What do you mean?
It's an ace. I've won again.
Well, you were right, Willie. We've been looking for those 2 guys for quite a while.
I see, Waldo. I did you a favor.
Gee, thanks. I'll recommend you to the mayor for a medal.
Oh, never mind. I'll recommend myself next time he comes in.
Okay. Cut the kidding. Where's the other one?
Other what?
The other girl. We only picked up 3 people in your office. They say there was another girl.
Other girl, huh? Other girl. Jackson. Did you see the other girl?
What other girl?
The one Waldo wants.
Look, Willie.
I'm afraid I can't help, but if Lieutenant Waldo wants a date, I suggest he contacts the Lonely Hearts Club.
Skip it. Give me the cigarette girl, will you? I need a smoke.
Yes.
Willie.
What's on your mind, Waldo?
The other girl.
Thank you. Monty, have you got a girl stashed behind the bar?
Fresh out?
Too bad.
You got her in the back room?
What back room?
Oh, no.
He must mean the storage room, you know, the empty one.
Oh, yeah, storage room. Ooh. That's right, Waldo. Storage room, the empty one. I'll show it to you. Come on. Oh, as soon as I get my cigarettes.
You wanted me, Mr. Dante?
I certainly do. You look lovely.
Thank you.
Would you like to smoke, Waldo? Oh, by the way, here are the keys to my car. Would you mind moving it for me? It's parked outside an hour zone. I wouldn't want to break the law.
Of course.
Oh, by the way, you better stop and get my overcoat. It's kind of cold. I wouldn't want you to catch pneumonia. See you later.
Later.
Yeah. Nice girl.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now, look, Willie.
Now, Waldo. Don't tell me, let me guess. You want to find the other girl. All right. Tear the place apart.
Okay, Willie, okay. So the girl got away. But I'm not sore because I'm going to close down this racket. That's enough for tonight.
Stop dreaming, Waldo. How are you going to close me down? No evidence, no witnesses?
No witnesses. Suppose I were to tell you I have a man who's willing to swear he was in your back room earlier. A man who keeps his eyes open and has a very good memory. Hey, Sandy.
Oh, no.
Aye, laddie. I'm sorry I'm forced to give evidence again you, but such are the fates.
Scotty, you didn't lose, you won. Why do this to me?
Well, I didn't exactly win. You see, I have to turn the cash and the cards over to Lieutenant Waldo as evidence.
Evidence?
Aye. You see, the only money that I can call my own is the paycheck that I get regularly from the police department. I've been getting it for the last 15 years, ever since I joined the force.
Oh, a plant. What a sneaky.
All's fair, Willie.
I'm sorry, laddie. Awfully sorry. Come on, Lieutenant Waldo. I'll show you where the room and the equipment is.
Who was it said the house always wins? Monty, bring me a cup of poison. And tell Jackson to pack up. We're moving.
Hit me.
You'd better hit me, too.
Oh, no. No, dear. You play what you have.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Dante.
Hey, Willie, you want to play for me?
Don't be silly, Sam. What would I do with you if I won you? Have fun.
Same shooter now. Let the shooter in. That with him. Better get coming right out.
Well, good evening, Mr. Dante.
Good evening. Good evening. You winning?
Oh, so-so. I'm trying to work out a new system. I'm betting on my telephone number.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Oh, it is. First I bet on 5, then 3, 2, 1, and then 5 again.
5, 3, 2, 1, 5. Well, that's easy enough to remember.
I call it the Oakwood system. That's the prefix. Oakwood, 5, 3, 2, 1, 5.
Good.
Simple?
Yes. I'll have to try your system sometime.
Fine, anytime.
Yeah. Have fun.
5 is your number.
Evening, Willie.
How's it going, Ed?
Slow at first. It's picking up, though. Here's the figure.
Excuse me, Mr. Dandy.
Well, Mrs. Raymond. Nice seeing you again. We've missed you the last couple of months.
Have you, Willie? But of course you have. I'm a good customer.
Well, a good customer who's beautiful is always missed.
Supposing I weren't such a good customer, Willie, would you still miss me? Go on, flatter me. I've lost a lot tonight.
Sorry, dear. Only flatter the winners. That's so they come back tomorrow night and lose what they won.
Well, the least you can do is give me a chance to recoup. Can I cash an IOU?
Oh, anytime, yes. Give me a tab, will you?
Funny, you know, before I went to Miami, I won a little, lost a little. That trip south seems to have changed my luck. And it's all bad. 5,000?
Oh, certainly, yes, at a time. Did you enjoy your Miami vacation?
It was an expensive tan.
On to Mrs. Raymond's IOUs, Ed. Hope you don't need any more, dear. Good luck.
Thanks. If I should lose again, though, a nice, quiet drink in your office would be very consoling.
Anytime. Bring along your husband. We'll all have a drink.
He never comes here.
I know.
You always play such a safe game, Mr. Dante.
Your chips are waiting, Mrs. Raymond.
Aces, sweep your lane. Winner in the field.
So he said, that's nice, don't fight. Oh, excuse me. Yes, sir, what'll it be?
I'd like to see the boss.
Oh, I'm sorry, he's busy right now.
Oh, back room?
What back room?
Okay, but I'm not a cop, believe me.
We had a nice old grandmother type in here one night. I believed her. Turned out to be the oldest policewoman on the force.
I understand, but look, Willie knows me. We were in the Army together. He wouldn't mind my just dropping back to say hello.
No, nobody goes in the back room without an okay. Now, be a nice guy and sit down, huh?
Okay, but Willie isn't going to like the way I'm being treated.
Why don't you go tell him to fire me? There he is now.
At ease, Lieutenant. Edwards. Hank Edwards. I was in your outfit.
Oh, howdy, Edwards. Sit down.
Be honest, Mr. Dandy. You don't remember me, do you?
Well, your face is familiar, but there were a lot of guys in my outfit.
I sure remember you, boy. I was AWOL once, and boy, did you ever chew me out.
I probably had a new uniform. You live in town?
I do now. Tell the truth, my luck's been pretty bad the last couple of years. I've moved around from place to place. Just can't seem to get started.
Well, that's too bad.
Can you get a cup?
No, he's young. Let him keep his health for a while.
I'd like to ask a favor.
Sure, how much you need?
No, I don't want a loan. I'd like a job.
Here?
Yeah, I know about your back room, Mr. Dandy, and I've dealt a pretty sharp game in my time. I won't lose you any money.
Well, you're right about the back room, but you're wrong about the operation. We don't have any sharp games. My boy's been with me a long time. Sorry, no openings.
Look, I'll do anything. You've got a restaurant here. I'll even wash dishes.
You must be desperate. Ever wait table?
I've done everything.
I don't care about that. Did you ever wait table?
Sure.
Okay, I'll give you a crack at it. Regular man's on vacation. If you work out, I'll keep you on when he gets back. 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
Thanks, Mr. Dandy. I'll be right here on time.
Okay, Edwards.
2 more of the same? Two scotch on the rocks.
Scotch on the rocks.
Come on, snap it up, will you?
Look, Sonny, you get the tips for the speedy service, I get the ulcers. Relax, will you?
Just trying to do a good job. Oh, evening, Mr. Dandy.
How's it going, Hank?
So far, so good.
How's he doing?
Oh, he's a regular speed demon. Next thing you know, he'll be wearing track shoes.
We could stand a little speed around here. You're asleep on your feet all the time. Pick it up, will you?
Yeah? No, he just came in. Back room.
Yes, Ed? Oh, how much? No, you did right. Ask her to come to my office, will you? Now, right away. Send some coffee to my office. I want to suffer in private.
I understand you wanted to see me, Willie. Business or pleasure?
It's always a pleasure to see you, Mrs. Raymond, even on business. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Cigarette?
No, thanks. Let's get to the point, Willie. I went to cash another IOU and your man called you. I take it my credit's being cut off.
Just temporarily for your own good. Let's see. Last night you dropped 10,000. Tonight you dropped another 10. That's a lot of money.
You don't think my notes are any good?
No, I didn't mean that. Let's look at it this way. Before you went to Miami on your vacation, you didn't lose too much. Now, in 2 nights, you dropped 20,000. Your luck's turned bad. Why bucket and lose more?
Isn't how I play my business?
Entirely, yes. Just that when I can, I try to keep my customers from getting hurt. Why don't you stay away from the game for a while and try it again next week?
All right, Willie. So ends our business discussion. Are you sure that's the only reason you wanted to see me?
I'm afraid it is.
You're afraid, but I'm not. Relax, Willie.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Raymond, but you're still a bad credit risk.
Gee, I
I'm sorry,
Good night, Mr. Dandy.
I didn't know you were...
Oh, that's all right, it's all right. But next time you come into my office, knock on the door. Put it down there.
Hey, Willie, it's about that time.
Yeah. You lock up the bar yet?
No, not yet. They're still herding them out of the back room. Hey, you drank it all.
Mm-hmm. Now I know how it feels to be embalmed.
Killjoy, there's a guy outside wants to see you.
Who?
I don't know. He had a couple of drinks at the bar, and he acts like he had a lot more before he came.
What does he look like?
Oh, he's an old codger, too old to be drinking that much. Want me to tell him you left?
No, it's all right. I'll see him. Let him come in.
Okay.
Well, the great Mr. Willie Dandy.
Better have a chair, Fred. You look like you need one.
Don't call me a friend. You know who I am. No. No, you don't know. If you did, you wouldn't have let me in.
You got me.
The name is Raymond. You getting scared, huh?
Terrified. Try Smith. That makes me shiver, too.
I'm Rita Raymond's husband.
Oh, well, how are you?
Thought you'd get away with it, didn't you? Well, you're gonna get what you deserve, Daddy.
I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about, Mr. Raymond. I think you ought to calm down a little.
You can't make me shut up. I don't care who hears me.
Now, look, this office is soundproof. All your yelling and screaming isn't going to disturb anybody but you. So go ahead, sit down.
I told you you're gonna get what you deserved. Now you sit down.
Put that thing away, you're drunk.
I'm sober enough to take care of you. You get my wife in debt here. Then you blackmail her. Now I'm gonna settle the score.
Are you crazy? What are you talking about?
She told me all about it. About your threats to tell me.
Oh, you're out of your head.
There's only one way to deal with your kind, Daddy.
I've had enough of this, Raymond. Put that thing away and get out of here, and I'll talk to you when you're sober.
You're not going to talk to anyone any time, Daddy.
All right. All right, Raymond, have it your way. At least I think you'll let me explain a few things. I feel that maybe we could talk this out.
I don't need to talk it out. My wife told me everything. You disgraced her. Now you're going to pay for it. Okay, this check, Mr. Dandy?
Yeah, I'll take it back. You stay right here.
Here?
Right here. Don't let anybody in my office until the police get here.
Police?
Now, Hank, don't ask any questions, will you? I'm going to need all my answers for Lieutenant Waldo.
Fellow might be lucky to pull through.
I hated to do it, but there was no other way.
So you said before. Care to give me the fairy tale again, Daddy?
No, I don't. I'll wait for Lieutenant Waldo.
Lieutenant Waldo's out of town testifying on a case. He'll be gone a week.
Oh, great.
So that puts me in charge of the case.
Good old Lieutenant Ritchie of the Hatchet Squad. Shave my head and split my pant leg.
You know, we just might.
Well, before you pull the switch, old boy, you better read up on your law, especially that part about self-defense.
Oh, yeah. You did say he fired at you first. How many times would you say he fired at you before you shot him?
Oh, 3 or 4. At a time like that, who keeps score?
Care to show me in your office just how it happened?
How can I refuse? You have such a winning smile. Get him out of here. It's a private office.
All right, Dandy. Now you say Raymond was standing about here, huh?
That's right. Raymond was standing right there, and I was over there behind the desk.
And he fired 4 times at you?
That's right.
Then when did he swallow the gun?
Oh, you never could tell a good joke.
The gun, Dandy. The gun this man was supposed to have fired at you with. Where is it?
How would I know? The last time I saw it was right there. I didn't touch anything.
You sure he had a gun?
Are you crazy? Of course he had a gun.
Now look, you shoot a man. Then you rig up some cock and bull story about him firing at you 4 times.
Oh, what do you mean?
You said Raymond fired at you 4 times.
Well, he did.
All right. Where are the bullet holes?
Well, I was right over there, and he...
Go ahead and look around. We've gone all over this whole room. No bullet holes. Let's go downtown, Dandy. All right, Dandy, I'm waiting.
I told you exactly what happened.
I want the truth. Now look at the facts. Man's in the hospital, he may die, and you admit you shot him.
In self-defense.
That's where the facts cross you up. We didn't find any gun, we didn't find any bullet holes.
I've been thinking about that. The gun was loaded with blanks.
What?
Well, the man shot 4 times. The only way you can shoot a gun 4 times without leaving bullet holes has got to be loaded with blanks.
All right, just one question. Why?
I was afraid you were going to ask that.
Your story gets cuter and cuter. Keep talking. You just might hang yourself.
Well, it's not a bad idea, considering the company I'm in.
Lay off the comedy and don't give me that blank gun routine. A guy might threaten you with a blank gun, but he wouldn't start shooting it. Now, I want some straight answers. Just what was there between you and Mrs. Raymond?
She was a customer, that's all.
Uh-huh. She's at the hospital right now with her husband. I spoke to her on the phone. She said you got pretty friendly with her.
Well, I guess she told her husband that, too, but there was no truth in it.
She also told me that one of your waiters could back her up in her story. Guy by the name of Hank Edwards. I talked to him, too. He said he busted in on you and Mrs. Raymond earlier this evening in your office, right?
Oh, for crying out loud. Well, I guess it could look like that to him, but it was a business discussion.
Hello. What? All right. Yeah. That was your lawyer. He's got you free for the time being.
Well, I hate to cheat and run, but you must come down to my place sometime, Richie. Let me grill you on my barbecue.
Don't get too smart. You got a high-priced lawyer. He knows all the answers. But believe me, if Raymond dies, you're going to need more than a smart lawyer. You're going to be up on a murder charge. Hi, Mr. Dandy. I'm glad to see you're not in jail.
Hi, Hank.
Well, sure. Anything I can do to help?
No, I think thanks. You might as well run along.
Okay, good night.
Good night. Hank, when I left you on guard at my office door tonight, you didn't let anybody in, did you?
Oh, no one.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night.
What does he mean nobody went in the office? How'd that gun get out? If you ask me, he took it.
Oh, I don't know. Certainly had a chance to, but why did he do it? Doesn't make sense.
I don't know why you hired that guy in the first place. I didn't like him right off.
Since when were you a good judge of people?
I had him figured for trouble right away. Too bad he didn't stay in Miami.
Yeah, forget it. Wait a minute.
I just made that coffee.
Miami.
Hmm?
What do you mean Hank should have stayed in Miami?
Well, that's where he worked before he came up here.
Sure?
That's what he told me. I asked him where he got the suntan.
Oh, someone else has a good suntan, too. Mrs. Raymond. She just got back from Miami 2 weeks ago.
So?
So maybe Hank has a good reason for taking the gun after all. Rita and Hank in Miami alone. Oh, Willie, you've been taken.
I don't get it.
I'm just beginning to myself. Lieutenant Ritchie told me that Mrs. Raymond was at the hospital with her husband. We shouldn't have any trouble.
What are you talking about?
Let's do some housebreaking, just like old times.
Housebreaking? No, sir, not me.
Come on now. You were breaking in houses and other kids were breaking in rattles.
So I had a sordid childhood, so I reformed.
Well, don't worry. If you go to jail, I won't forget you.
Oh, no?
No. We'll probably both share the same cell. Come on.
Hey, Willie.
Quiet.
But this is illegal.
When did that ever bother you? Take a look in the bedroom.
Nobody.
Good, good.
Look, Willie, what are we doing here? Whenever I break into a house, I like to know why.
Just a little search. And, Monty, if we're lucky, we won't have it.
Somebody's coming down the hall.
Come on. Good evening.
What are you doing here?
The rooms at the Y were all filled.
Get out or I'll call the police.
My, how chilly. Monty, stir up the fire. Maybe Mrs. Raymond will thaw out.
You shoot my husband, then you come to my home. What kind of a man are you?
Sit down, dear. Warm yourself at the fire now. Sit right there. Monty, keep an eye on her.
Which one?
The good one.
What are you doing?
Taking inventory. You know, you surprised me, Mrs. Raymond. I figured the ever-loving wife to be at the hospital with her husband.
I just left him. He's out of danger.
That's too bad. For you.
What do you mean?
Well, your plan called for your husband to die.
You're not making sense.
No. Doesn't make any sense to me either. First, I figured Hank took the gun, but I didn't know why.
Who is Hank?
Now, don't act dumb with me, dear. You know who Hank is. Where'd you meet him, Monty?
Where else? Miami.
That's right. He's young, not afraid to take a chance.
Willie, what are we looking for?
Ask Mrs. Raymond.
Mrs. Raymond, what are we...
I'll have you arrested for this, both of you.
Look, lady, I just came along for the ride.
Well, there you are. There's the proof I needed. Look at them. Blanks.
Blanks?
Blanks that Mrs. Raymond put in her husband's gun.
That's ridiculous. It's silly.
Silly for you to take a chance like this, dear. You and Hank want to get rid of your husband, so you get him drunk and tell him a lot of lies about me. Get him mad enough at me that he comes out of my office and takes a shot at me.
And he don't like to get shot.
You don't take any chances. Load up the gun with blanks, knowing that if someone shoots at me, I'll shoot back. Oh, I don't like being a patsy, dear.
I'm not going to listen to any more of this.
No, but I think Lieutenant Ritchie will. He's twice as stubborn as Waldo. I'll take her in. You call Ritchie and tell her to pick up Hank at home.
Right. Hank isn't home, Willie. I hung around your place after our talk. I figured you could stand with some watching. Don't try anything. The gun isn't filled with blanks this time.
Oh, looks like you win the second deal, Hank.
I told you this guy was trouble.
Why did you hire him, stupid?
Me? Oh, no, I don't take the rap. He was your friend.
All right, drop the small talk.
Yeah, that money said drop the small talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something serious, like attempted murder.
Oh, my favorite subject. I'll never forget the time I was an apprentice safecracker in Pasadena.
Glendale.
Quiet. Open the door, Rita. Let's take him outside. All right, outside.
Oh, can we stay here by the fire a little while? It's kind of cozy.
And it's cold outside.
Move.
Yeah, I think he means it.
Yeah, seems like he does.
Come on, move, or I'll give it to you right here.
I wouldn't want it in here, would you?
I wouldn't want it any place.
Move.
I'm moving. Get over there, dear. Mind to get Richie on the phone. Tell him I got a new waiter for the prison mess hall.
What's she gonna do?
About 10 years.
Well, you look well rested.
I slept all day. So you know this is not a bad crowd.
No, considering the back room's closed.
No, that's what I get for trying to be a hero.
Had to tell it all to the judge, huh?
Yeah, even how much Mrs. Raymond lost in the gambling room.
Oh, that's tough.
Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. Hey, Marty. Good coffee.
It's about time I received my just due.
No kidding. It's hard to believe, but it's delicious.
Really? Have some more.
Oh, love it, love
Hey,
it.
Marty, you didn't pay me enough.
Kid, get out of here, will you? Come on, you're too young to be
But,
in here.
Marty, get lost, will you?
What is this,
Come on, scram, huh, kid?
Marty, you didn't pay me enough. A quart of coffee costs $1.10.
What's this about coffee?
He ordered a quart of coffee from the drugstore next door, but he didn't pay me enough.
Oh, here, son. Keep the change.
Gee, thanks.
It's okay. Live a little. Yes, sir, Monty, this is certainly delicious coffee.
Look, Willie, I was only
You know, I just happen to think that we're short a busboy. From now on, you're picking up the dirty ones.
Smart guy. Just because you throw bullets in the fire and capture the villain. I saw Hoot Gibson do that in the Western, and he can ride a horse yet.
Giddy up, boy.
No feed comes to the eat. 10 wins, coming don't come, 10 point. It's easy, B-roll. Once again, 2 fine. Coming out for point, let the hit or miss. Leave it don't pass. 7 trims, 11 coming out for nothing.
Well, an ace.
Blackjack.
Good for you. Go buy yourself a mink coat.
I already have one.
And pay the guy back.
Do you always kid, Mr. Dante?
Only when I'm on duty. I'm very serious in my own time.
Don't forget me, Willie.
That wouldn't be easy.
Hit me, Willie. Hit me real, real hard.
Hard enough?
Harder. Harder.
Honey, there are 52 cards in the deck. I'd love to deal them all to you, but afraid the place might catch on fire. Sorry, you're over 21.
Is that bad?
Excuse me, girls. I've got to see a man about some ice water.
Good evening, William. Well, things seem very active tonight, and I feel tremendously lucky.
I hope you have a self-winding wristwatch. I hate to see all that energy go to waste.
But, William...
No gambling, Jackson. You know that. Now go on out and wait on tables like you're supposed to.
I was relieved at 6 o'clock. When I'm on duty, your word is my command. But when I'm off duty, I reserve the right to choose my own means of entertainment. But fear not, William, I won't break the bank. I may dent it a little, but I won't break it.
Outside.
But, William...
Outside.
But I just... Oh, now, please, Willie.
Just keep moving.
No, but I haven't traveled this far since I gave up my Rolls Royce.
You'll never learn, will you? 10 years ago, you had $1 million when this gambling fever hit you, and what happened?
Now, please, let's not drag up the past. No, you're just ashamed to have me cash my paycheck here. And talking of miserable wages, don't you think that...
No.
Very well. The one thing I cannot stand is prejudice. You allow everyone in the back room but me.
You want me to carry you up the stairs?
Try.
Oh, Jackson, will you go out in the town and have some nice, clean fun for a change? Go to a movie. There's a new June Allison picture in town.
Who?
You want me to cash your paycheck?
Oh, thank you. I'll fend for myself. I'm going out into the world and seek friendship and understanding, the companionship of my fellow men.
You should be a big hit at the mission.
If I work for you much longer, I'll need a mission. And at least they don't water the soup. Charge it.
Why the bum's rush for Jackson?
Oh, he wanted to go in the back room again. Never mind, save the poison.
Save it for what?
That's a good question. I'd tell you to throw it away, but I don't want to wreck the plumbing.
This here is a good pot.
Oh, sure. But what's in it? That's what scares me. Business is kind of crummy tonight, isn't it?
Oh, it's not bad. You're just upset because you got here too early.
I should go home and take a nap.
Why don't you sleep in the office?
It's more fun at home. I can take the phone off the hook. I think I'll do that. I'll grab a little shot of Andy back around midnight. Oh, in case you should want me,
I won't.
Thanks for the sentiment.
Get my hat, please.
Will you be coming back, Mr. Dante?
Oh, I think so. Why?
Just something to look forward to.
Now you get a raise.
You leaving, Mr. Dandy?
Oh, just for a little while, Tommy. Pull up my car, will you?
Sure thing. Don't make a move, Dandy.
Am I allowed to shiver?
There's a gun in my pocket.
I know, your pocket's in my back. Careful of my spine, will you?
Just act like I'm a friend.
I'm not too good an actor. What's this all about? You can't be working your way through law school.
You'll find out. Just act natural.
You sure you want to write in this? It's kind of open. You might feel conspicuous. Why don't you walk? I'll pick you up someplace, like maybe the city jail.
Always with the jokes, Willie. Nice of you to offer me this lift. Good night, Mr. Dante. See you later.
I sure hope so, Tommy. Well, where to? Will any old cemetery do?
Polito Apartments over on 5th. Get started.
Wow, Gus Anderson. Huh?
Hello, Willie. Good to see you again. Hey, you look great.
I feel great. Nothing like a gun in the back to give you that picked-up feeling.
I got a proposition for you, Willie.
I'm not interested. Hey, this is a pretty nice place you're smelling up here. Kind of expensive, isn't it, for a guy who's just out of jail?
I like to live well. Nothing but the best for Gus Anderson.
Well, you had a pretty good sell up the river. I hope they're saving it for you.
Why? I'm not going back. And you're going to see to it that I don't go back.
Oh?
Willie, a blackmailer runs a big risk. Sooner or later, one of his pigeons squeals to the cops. The cops rig up a marked payoff. The blackmailer gets caught taking money. He's convicted.
It's the story of your life.
5 years ago. But I'm out now, and I'm on my way up again. Only this time, I won't get caught.
You don't need me, Gus. You need a psychiatrist.
I need Willie Dante in Willie Dante's back room.
What?
When I put the bite on somebody, I'll make them take the dough to your place. They'll cash it into chips. You'll see that they lose it at the tables, but you'll also see that one of my boys wins at the tables. That's how the money gets to me.
Maybe you don't hear so well. I said I'm not interested. I'm interested.
Willie, you're a loyal guy. You wouldn't want to see a friend get hurt. Well, right now, your waiter, Jackson, this guy who's nuts about gambling, is holed up in a safe place with 2 of my boys. Now, if you do what I say tonight, he's alive tomorrow morning. If you don't, he isn't. It's no bluff, Willie.
Oh, you're a fool, Anderson. A fool to try blackmail again, and a bigger fool to try kidnapping.
Kidnapping? Who said anything about kidnapping? I just had a couple of my boys meet Jackson outside your club and ask him where they could find a sporting man, that's all.
What?
Yeah, they said they wanted to play poker, needed a few more players. Your Jackson went with them, like that. Right now they're off someplace playing poker, and Jackson's winning. Now, you know, he'll stay right there of his own free will. But if you want him to leave there alive, Willie, it's up to you. So you see, it's not kidnapping.
Someday, Gus, I'll break your neck for this.
Talk is cheap. Go on, leave. Get back to the club. I'll have the pigeon look you up at 9. I'll be there at 9:30. And don't get any ideas. The cards are stacked in my favor, this deal.
But you went home. Skip it. Have you heard from Jackson?
No, why should I?
Get on the phone, call his boarding house, see if he's there.
Huh?
Just do as I say. Get on the phone, call.
Danny's Inferno. Who? Just a minute, I'll see if he's here. It's Lieutenant Waldo.
Oh, great.
You out?
No. Get Jackson on the other phone. Hello, Dad. Everything's fine at college. Just send more money.
I hear maybe you don't need money, son. I hear maybe you've opened your back room again.
Oh, now, Waldo, who would start a vicious rumor like that? You know me.
Yeah, I know you. You're the guy give me the gray hair.
Well, before you break down and cry, tell me something. How come Gus Anderson's out of prison?
What do you care about Gus Anderson?
Oh, I just happened to see him on the street today. I thought he got 10 years.
He did. But he got parole last month. Good behavior.
Oh, parole, huh? Well, why don't you spend your time checking up on Anderson instead of hounding an honest businessman like me?
Honest businessman. You made your first buck with a printing press.
No, now, come on, Waldo. I've paid my debts to society. I paid enough fines to financial office for 20 years. Now get your big fat feet off of my desk and go back to work.
Were you fresh?
Bye. Did you get Jackson?
No, his landlady said he phoned earlier and told her he was going to be late. Said he had a date with Dame Fortune. Now, what does that mean?
That means Gus Anderson was telling the truth. Well, it's almost 9. Looks like we're going into a new business.
What's that?
Blackmail.
Young man, you're a dealer after my own heart. Every time you deal, I get a good hand.
You're a lucky man, Jackson.
Yeah, real lucky man.
Yes, I suppose I should feign modesty, but the truth will out. I always knew my luck would return, and tonight it would seem that it has.
Oh, we'll see. It's just 9 o'clock. We got the whole night ahead of us.
Spoken like a true gambler. You know, I hate people who play for a few hours and then quit. After all, an all-night session every now and then can't kill a man. I'll open.
I'll see. Monty. Fill it up.
Oh, you must be worried. This is your 3rd cup.
One more and I'll be numb. Maybe it'll help.
Hey, it's 9 o'clock. Didn't you say Anderson would be here at 9?
9:30, but whoever he's blackmailing should be here by now. Oh, what a setup, and I'm right in the middle of the whole thing.
You really think you'll hurt Jackson if you don't play ball?
I don't know. But with Anderson's kind, you'd never know. I'd hate to take a chance and call his hand. This is no time to admire beautiful women.
Well, that doesn't sound like you. Besides, she's not only beautiful, she's a celebrity. That's Betty Maxwell, the singer. I got all her records.
Since when have you collected anything but prison records?
I'm a music lover. She's on television, too.
Oh, fine thing. I'm being shoved into a blackmail scheme and you drool over a dame.
Not just a dame. Betty Maxwell.
Excuse me, Mr. Dante.
Yeah?
The young lady in booth 3 wants to speak to you.
Booth 3?
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's her, Betty Maxwell. She wants to see you?
Looks that way.
You don't suppose she's the one Gus Anderson's been bleeding?
One way to find out. Miss Maxwell?
Sit down.
Thank you.
I guess you know why I'm here.
I'm afraid I do.
Willie Dante. I'd always heard you were an honest dealer. Live and learn.
You better learn some more, dear. Learn not to make snap judgments.
Thanks for the advice, Mr. Dante. I may have to pay you in Anderson, but I don't have to like you.
Miss Maxwell, would you believe me if I told you I wanted no part of this transaction?
No.
Well, that figures, but it's true. What did Anderson tell you?
That I was to bring $2,500 and to come here. When he gets here, I'm to go back to the gambling room and start playing blackjack. With you dealing.
And you agreed because Gus has something on you. You know, we're both being forced into this deal, honey.
How could he force you?
It's a long story. How about you?
Can I trust you, Mr. Dante?
You can.
He has a picture. A picture I posed for a long time ago. I was studying voice then, and I posed for enough money to pay my rent.
On a bearskin rug?
Just about. Gus got a hold of the picture and threatened to send it to one of those scandal magazines. It could be embarrassing. So I pay.
I see. You should have let Gus send it in. They might make a calendar out of it. I've heard that doesn't always hurt a gal.
No, thanks. Not as long as I can stop it. Gus called me over to his hotel last Monday and explained the whole setup. And tonight he told me to be here.
You say he called you to his hotel? He has an apartment. Why the hotel?
I met him at the Drake.
Maybe he has a room there for his payoffs. By any chance, do you remember the room number?
23.
Excuse me, I have a hunch. I'll see you again before Gus gets here. Molly. How about I take your place behind the bar? I want to go to the Drake Hotel and find out it was in room 23.
What for?
Well, the hotel room sounds like an ideal place to have an all-night poker game.
I don't want to go to an all-night poker game.
Will you shut up and get out of here? Check room 23 and call me back. I'll wait for Anderson.
Okay, but I still don't get it.
But don't do anything foolish without me.
How can I? You're the only one who thinks up fool ideas. I only work here.
Here comes Johnny Appleseed.
Do I go back to the gambling room now?
No, just stall a little. Finish your drink. Oh, boys.
Well, good evening, Mr. Dante. A nice place you have here.
Oh, you'll like it better next week. We're painting the walls of prison gray.
That's very funny.
I got a bucket full of those kind.
I see you met the pigeon.
Yeah. Would you care to start the festivities?
Nice young. Let it happen easy, like, so people won't get suspicious.
You want it on the phone, Mr. Dante?
Thank you. Excuse me, gentlemen. I hate to tear myself away.
I know. I grow on people.
I got one in the bucket that fits that, too, but it's kind of old.
I don't mind hearing you.
You grow on people, so do warts.
Yeah, it's old, all right.
Okay, you get the bucket. Yeah.
Willie, I'm at the Drake. I just checked on room 23.
Well? Oh, no. Are you sure?
Positive. 2 old ladies from Pasadena. I just talked to the bellhop to check them in tonight.
Well, go up and see for yourself. Knock at the door. Tell them you got the wrong room. Anything, but make sure. Good.
Gus told me to go on back.
Oh, fine. Here, give this card to the man on the door and he'll let you in.
Oh, Willie, about that hotel room. I made a mistake.
What?
It's room 33, not 23. And Gus still has it. He told me if anything goes wrong here tonight, to meet him there tomorrow.
Well, good for Gus. You go on back. I'll see you in a little while. All right. Call the Drake Hotel and page Marty. When you find him, tell him to wait there for me. I'll meet him in the lobby. That was Lieutenant Waldo on the phone.
Waldo?
Yeah, he wants me to come down to his office and have a little chat.
What about?
No, Waldo just loves to gab. Shouldn't take long. Of course, if you'd rather I didn't go, you might come here. You make the choice.
I guess you got time, just so you watch what you tell him. And remember, any slip-ups and Jackson gets a bloodbath.
You say the nicest things.
Take Sam here with you.
To see Waldo?
Yeah, he can wait outside. I just want to keep tabs on you.
Okay. Come on, boy. Deal, boy. Deal.
In my car, will you, Tommy?
Yes, sir. Doesn't that gun make calluses on your hands? Sorry. You know, there's one thing I like about you, Sam. You don't monopolize the conversation. As for me, oh, what do you know? We don't have to get on and see Waldo after all. Here he comes now. Hope it isn't a raid. Bam! Out of the pocket! All right. Now drop it. Drop it! Tommy, take this punk out back, tie him up, and get the cook to help you. Yes, sir.
Well, there you are. Any takers?
Yeah, I'm out. I'll go along. I'll raise you 50.
Well, now, let me see. When a man's lucky, he's got to back his hunches, so 50, and I'll raise you 100.
No more for me. You know, you must have a pretty good hand.
Just 2 pair. But a successful bluff is as good as 4 aces any time. Ah, gentlemen, what a steel-nerved gambler you're up against. Yes?
Room service.
You got the wrong room.
Room 33, that was the order.
I'll let him in. We could use some refreshments, ordered or not.
Go away.
Ah, don't worry. I'm winning. It'll be my treat.
Take him, Monty.
Is there no limit to your efforts to keep me from regaining my lost fortune?
Oh, shut up and get your coat on.
I will not. I'm going to stay with my friend and apologize for your intolerable brutality.
Explain it to him, will you, Monty? I've got to get back to Anderson.
Now you can tell him a deal's off, huh?
I could, but I won't. I'd rather beat him at his own game.
Oh, yes, you can talk about winning games, but not me. Oh, no, you don't know how much I was winning tonight, and you don't care.
You don't know how close you came to losing, and I do care. Fill him in, Monty.
Look, Jackson, here's what really happened. These guys weren't playing cards with you for real. You were being held here as a hostage.
Hostage?
Where's Sam?
Well, I got smart. I figured if you didn't have Sam around, you wouldn't have anyone for me to pass Betty Maxwell's money to. So you'll have to call the deal off.
Where's Sam?
I bought him off. Gave him enough money to go to Las Vegas. Have a good time. You should pay your help better. Keeps him loyal.
I told you, no stunts.
It was worth the money I gave him. Now you can't go through with your plan.
You forgot one thing, Dante. There's still somebody here for you to pass the money to. Me.
You?
That's right. Now let's go back. You win the money from the dame, then see that I win it.
Well, I thought you wanted to stay out of it, Gus.
Why? It looks as legit if I win as it would if Sam won. And I'll settle with him later. But this deal goes through tonight.
Oh. Guess I wasn't as smart as I thought.
Let's go.
No more bets, ladies and gentlemen.
8-8. Now the 2-4's a Hardway 8. Big 6, field to calm. 8 for the money. 8 your point.
Blackjack.
I'll take it.
Yes, I've even won a little while I was waiting.
Oh, good for you. You playing, Gus?
Yeah, I feel lucky. Real lucky.
Sorry you can't bet with cash. You'll have to get chips. You want everything to look normal, don't you?
You're right.
Get the chips at the cashier's window.
Oh, wait for me. I wouldn't want to miss anything.
All right.
Well, I guess this is it. I wonder how many more times he's going to make me pay off before he lets me alone.
Watch.
$50 worth.
10 wins. Coming up, calm. 10 points.
You're a big spender, Gus.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I drop over once in a while to close Willie down. Only tonight he called me up and invited me over.
What?
Yeah, he's a funny guy, Willie. He'd rather have me close him down again than help a rat like you stay in business. He's a funny guy.
Hey, what is this? You can't arrest me. You can't prove anything against me.
That's right, Waldo. Gus is a bright boy. Worked out a slick plan. So slick he came back to make it work himself without taking time to think it over.
Think what over?
Your parole, stupid, remember? No drinking, no carrying a gun, no gambling.
Now, don't be rash, Waldo. Maybe Gus can explain to the nice judge what he was doing in the gambling house with those nice blue chips in his hand.
Maybe, but if he can't, he'll be back doing the rest of his time, another 5 years. Come on, big man. Oh, Willie, my boys are outside. I brought them over to haul in the equipment and close the place down.
Yeah, well, thanks for being so thoughtful.
You'll have to come in too, Willie.
Yeah, I know. I always do.
Thanks, Willie. Oh, by the way, those 2 guys I picked up over at the hotel. They're glad to oblige with that. Come on.
Thanks.
7 out if you lose. Have a new shooter. New point coming out. How much goes for this shooter? Ready to hit him in. If you don't pass, he's coming out for a number. New shooter, new point.
What happened?
I was just raided. Is that what you were worried about? That's a negative, dear, and it's very positive.
How did you get it?
An old policeman who should be retired just gave it to me. But now you may keep it, and you don't have to worry about Gus Anderson anymore.
Oh, Willie, I could kiss you.
Well, why don't you? Give me something to think about in my cell tonight. Tell me, dear, did you date ex-jailbirds?
What?
I'll call you in the morning. First thing.